Every website requires weekly and monthly maintenance to work properly. Today, we'll cover 15 things that you should check on your website every month.
This is Better Radio Websites, the podcast for radio professionals who want to see their website generate more traffic and revenue. Each week, your host, Jim Sherwood, and his special guests give you time-tested tips and secret tricks to ensure your radio station dominates digital in your market. Here we go.
Hi, it's Jim, and welcome to Better Radio Websites, the podcast that wants to help you get more visitors and the most revenue from your radio station website. Now, our websites are based on WordPress, and WordPress is the number one content management system in the world because it's so easy to use. Now, regardless of your content management system that you use on your radio station website, every website out there requires daily, weekly, and monthly maintenance in order to remain fast and efficient. Our WordPress maintenance checklist that we're going to cover today covers a list of essential things that you should do religiously each month, sometimes more often, to ensure that your website runs smoothly across multiple devices. And as I said, this is a monthly list, but that's the maximum amount of time that you should go between checking each of these off your list. A lot of these checks should be weekly or even daily to ensure that your website is always up to speed. And we're going to go through these kind of fast because there are 15 of them. Each one of them could be their own podcast episode going deep into why you should do this and how often you should do this and that sort of thing. But we're going to kind of shotgun each one and give you kind of a brief synopsis of why you should do these. All right, number one, perform a website speed audit to ensure that it's loading quickly. You know, page speed can affect your search engine optimization and the overall user experience. If your website is slow, that's not going to be good for anybody. GT Metrics, WP Checkup, and Google's Page Insights are great tools to pinpoint where your slowness could be coming from. This could be large images on your website, a heavy homepage with lots of elements that can slow a website down, or you might even have a slow hosting provider. One of these tools that we'll leave links to in the show notes can direct you in where you need to be addressing your website slowness. All right, number two, monitor your website's security daily. And we'll definitely call this one out as being a daily check because security is such a huge concern, especially right now. If you have security plugins in place, run a test daily. This could be automated. Some plugins do allow you to automate this process, and they look for intrusions, file changes, malware, that sort of thing. And if you get one of these notices saying that your website is having a problem, treat that as an off-air emergency. Jump on that as quickly as possible. Number three, review Google Analytics. The best way to know how well your website is doing and what's working best for your visitors that come to visit your website daily is to review your analytics data. Think of this as ratings data if you are in a rated market, and review this at least weekly. See what's working, what's not working, where visitors are coming from, where they're going to once they leave your website. All of that is great information. Number four, clear your trash. When you delete something, at least in WordPress, it lands in the trash bin rather than being deleted forever. This is so you can go back and retrieve it if you accidentally deleted something. Well, this trash bin can build up over time. Old pages, posts, expired events, old contests, old obituaries that have gone out of date, team schedules, banner ad campaigns, all of this stuff accumulates in this trash if they've been expired. And all of this stuff is just taking up space on your server and can cause your website to get slower over time. It also takes additional resources to back up when your site is being backed up every night or each week or whatever. Then it takes additional resources to back all of this extra stuff up. So keeping your trash bin clean keeps your website faster and more efficient on the server. Number five is clean your media files. One of the main reasons that you may run out of space on your hosting provider is because your media has gotten so large, a bunch of stuff that you're no longer using. Maybe old audio files, maybe you uploaded a cool commercial to your website or something like that 5 years ago. Well, that is just taking up space on your server. Perhaps you picked an image for a news post, but you decided, no, I'll go with a different image. Well, that other image is still on your server somewhere. If you can go through and keep this clean, that again is going to keep your database clean. It's going to take up less space on your hosting server. That means your backups are going to be a whole lot smaller and take a whole lot less time. It's going to take less resources to do that. So do all that you can to keep all of this cleared out each day or each week or each month, because that is going to benefit you in the long run. Number 6, ensure your images are optimized. If you have multiple authors on your website, randomly do a check to make sure that the images they're uploading are actually optimized, because optimized images load faster and they help your SEO and the overall user experience. If your website is loading slow, more than likely you have images that are not optimized. And if they're not, ensure that your authors know the value of the optimization process. It's not like Facebook where you upload an image and the right image for the right device and the right internet speed is going to be served. On WordPress and other content management systems, more than likely the image they upload is going to be the image that you see. And if you have a lot of those unoptimized images on the home page or on a list of categories, then that page is going to load very, very slow. Number 7 is check your navigation menus. Poor navigation is one of the most frustrating spots for users in these usability tests that we've talked about in the past. Check everything to ensure that things are easy to find and everything is hassle-free. Is there anything missing in your menus? And be sure to check your desktop and your mobile menus. Be sure that each of those are loading properly and everything is in the right place. Number 8 is check for broken links and missing pages. Both of these can dramatically reduce your search engine ranking. Do a search for broken link checker. You'll find a bunch of websites in Google or other search engines, and then run your domain name through one of them. What they'll do is they'll go through your website and go through each page one by one and look for broken links. Some of them have a maximum number of pages that they'll look at before you upgrade to a paid tier, but some of these will give you what you need on the free tier. All right, number 9 is review your forms. Is your newsletter easy to sign up for? Are contests easy to enter? Do the forms on the Contact Us and the Advertise with Us pages work properly? Are those forms still going to the right person? If not, you're going to be missing out on some great opportunities there. All right, so review all of the forms across your website. Number 10 is review the Advertise with Us page that we just mentioned. Keeping this page current and relevant is crucial to you getting more advertising opportunities. How can that page be better? So review that month after month, not just to let it sit there and we're going to worry about it the next time we upgrade the website. Review that page and ensure that the things are relevant to advertisers right now. Number 11 is check and delete spam comments. This is something else that can bog down your website over time. Deleting any spam comments, that just takes up all kinds of space and slows down your database. And spammers really kind of do this because of that. They want you to be bogged down because in some cases, bogged down servers open up little bitty cracks that they can slip in and infect your website. All right, so be sure to keep your spam comments completely off of your website and ensure that no spammers have gotten through. Check those spam comments to ensure that the same person maybe isn't, that you've approved them one time and now they're actually generating spam comments that are automatically approved. You don't want that to happen. Number 12 is reply to comments. If you have comments enabled, but you don't pay attention to them, well, then you should pay attention to them because that improves user engagement. If you have comments, be sure that you reply to each one. Even if this is once a week, that you do it all at one sitting. But either way, be sure that you reply. If you're not going to reply to comments on your website, be sure that your comments are disabled. Number 13 is change your passwords. We talked about security earlier. One of the most effective ways to prevent a malicious attack is to update your passwords and update them often. And ensure that everyone with admin access has a strong password. In our 9 years of doing radio station websites, we've only had one intrusion, and it was because of a weak password. So ensure that everybody has a strong password that they're not using everywhere on the internet. All right, number 14, remove inactive website admins. If somebody has left the radio station, then ensure that they are removed from the website admin. In the deletion process, WordPress will ask if you want to attribute their post to some other author, and you can choose that author in that deletion process. So don't worry about, once you delete somebody, all of their posts are going to go away. And last but certainly not least, we could go on and on and on, but number 15 is review your site on multiple devices. Yeah, if your site is having an issue on a particular device, like an iOS phone or an Android phone that you don't use very often, well, it may take a long time for you to realize that there's a problem out there. If you don't have an iOS device, or you don't have a certain Android device, or maybe an Android tablet, ask around the radio station for somebody who does. Have them pull up the radio station website to ensure everything is working properly. Are the menus working properly? Everything else. If things are not working properly, you could be losing visitors out there and not even know it. So that is our list of the 15 things that you should at least do once a month for your radio station website. Now, most of these were WordPress, as I mentioned, but really the same holds true regardless of the content management system that you have. Every website needs continuous maintenance to work properly. If you need help with your radio station website, we'd love to help you with that. Reach out to us at skyrocketradio.com. Have an awesome week online making your radio station website better. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for listening to Better Radio Websites. Inspired by today's episode? Be sure you are subscribed and share this episode with a friend. Visit skyrocketradio.com/podcasts for more episodes as well as show notes for this episode. Need help starting or making your station website better? Visit skyrocketradio.com.